coming up right now, a relationship actually turns very deadly. The cutting reason a man turned on his wife.
Also coming up, anger in the air. What caused passengers to start throwing punches near the emergency exit?
A little bit later on, why the death of Peanut the squirrel has actually caused a firestorm all around the world.
As it should. Yeah. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. Yes. So glad to have you here along for the ride. We also have Matt Doolittle here hanging out with us.
Guys, do you know a study came out that said the state that would survive an alien invasion? Guess what state?
I'm going to say Virginia.
Nope, Florida. We would survive an alien invasion.
Yes. Well,
because we're already all here.
Yeah, we're already here. But it's a formal study, and they said a alien invasion, Florida is going to win.
All right.
Oh, we're in a good spot.
So we're good.
Place to be.
Get your razor
I don't
beam
need to leave. I've seen aliens already here, so
Yes.
I think we're all right. Okay.
So we don't need to leave. Check this out. Massive influx of folks moving to South Carolina.
Okay.
They're calling it
gorgeous.
the Gray Tsunami.
The
You know why?
Gray.
Because by the year 2040, a third of the residents will be 65 or older.
Gray hair.
Right? There are more people moving to South Carolina age 64 plus than there are people who are between 18 and 25.
I believe that wholeheartedly. It's kind of between North Carolina and South Carolina, those two. I told you the story. I called my dad, this is obviously 15, 20 years ago, and he goes, hey, we're moving. I was like, oh, well, cool, where are you moving? He goes, well, North Carolina. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, I mean, we not born, but we lived in Florida for a majority of my life. I'm like, okay, well, when are you moving? And he's like, well, we already moved. What? People in everybody, and you ask people in Florida, if you're in Florida, they move to North Carolina and vice versa. So everybody comes to Florida to retire. People retire up in North Carolina.
Go to North Carolina.
Or South Carolina, it sounds like.
It's so fascinating, too, when they're also talking about within this age group, grandparents are really, or I should say parents are struggling because fewer of their kids are having kids. So there's this grandparent void. And there are a lot of folks who are in this age range where it's like, well, we don't have grandkids, so now what do? We've got to fill our time with something else.
Spending the inheritance.
Yeah, exactly. Spending it to the full tilt. But it's fascinating to see this, what they're calling the Gray Tsunami.
Gray Tsunami.
Moving up towards South Carolina.
And it's a gorgeous place to live. The weather's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you think about it, you're mid-Atlantic area, so you can go north or south. And if you want to go up into the northeast.
I got my biggest
really
speeding ticket in South Carolina, though.
In South Carolina?
$250.
I'll tell you what, don't speed through Virginia. Ooh, boy.
I am, and you've heard me say it, I'm very proud. I'm a card-carrying super speeder in the state of Georgia with my $900, almost $1,000 ticket. So there's a whole nother level of that. Let's jump into some of the trending stories you're going to be talking about. Imagine seeing your girlfriend's haircut and being so upset that you actually end up killing her. And cops are saying that's exactly what happened to when a Pennsylvania man actually reacted to his girlfriend's new do. Now, according to investigators, cops found the suspect at the scene in his car with a knife and blood on the weapon. Now, the 49-year-old man accused of stabbing his 50-year-old girlfriend because he was upset that, well, she cut her hair too short. And maybe that might be the trigger. I don't think that's the reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there was other things that were going along in that. And, hey, it's her hair. If she felt, sexier at it, if that's what she wanted, that by all means should be it. But I'm sure there's more to that.
Yeah, we call that a catalyst.
Yeah.
Clearly there was something else brewing underneath that relationship that was not good.
Right.
And that was just the final straw. Well, the fallout from the death of Peanut the squirrel continues. This story... Man. I tell you what, oh goodness, there we go. Now Peanut's owner fears his pet squirrel was decapitated after he was taken from his home. Mark Longo and his wife run a 350-acre animal sanctuary called Peanut's Freedom Farm in upstate New York. Mark rescued Peanut 7 years ago after his mother was hit and killed by a car. The couple trained Peanut and posted about life with their furry friend on social media. The squirrel became an internet sensation, had more than 3 million followers.
Wow. Didn't have to show his feet.
Last month, the Department of Environmental Conservation showed up in response to an anonymous phone call. Word has it a neighbor was upset over a Trump Vance sign in their front yard and complained about the Longo's Rescue Farm. During the raid, the couple was forced to stand outside their home for about 5 hours while agents from the DEC turned the farm upside down before leaving with Peanut and Fred the raccoon. Peanut and Fred were removed and later euthanized by the DEC, who claimed they both had to test for rabies. Experts say decapitation is standard when it comes to testing animals for rabies. The Longos have lawyered up and plan to file a lawsuit.
Yeah, and there seems to be a lot to this. And saying that it was bitten with the people of the DEC, somebody came in and was bitten.
On a glove.
Well, that's what I'm saying, on the glove. And even if you were bitten, it couldn't really penetrate all that much between that. And it's sad to hear all this, especially if there is some kind of political overtone over it.
It seems odd that you would first go to a judge for a search warrant over a squirrel.
Yeah.
I just have a really hard time buying that. And you're talking about New York, and in New York City where crime is out of control, that your focus is on a squirrel and a raccoon at an upstate rescue farm.
And a lady was able to hide a chimp for about a year and a half.
Exactly.
Remember that? They couldn't hide a squirrel?
100%. And then, in New York City, too, they have rats that can take pieces of pizza that big.
They're bigger than squirrels.
Which, by the way, the rats are really upset because they're like, listen, squirrels are nothing but rats, but with better looking tails.
There you go. There you go.
That's what most people think. But as we saw this video, this squirrel was obviously trained, looks like housebroken.
It's a happy squirrel.
It wasn't doing anything.
No, and the same with the raccoon, too. So they took both of them without any sort of explanation. And as you mentioned, the gloves, according to people that were on the scene that these DEC agents were wearing, were those thick leather gloves that you use, like with hawks that have big talons. So for a squirrel to bite through a glove like that is probably...
My cat bit me the other day, and I still got a mark over here. So should I put him down?
Like, the DEC needs to wear body cams now. I want to see everything.
That's what they're going to need.
Well, they did the same thing with the snakes here in Florida.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that $100,000.
I have no problem with getting rid of snakes. You can get every
still,
python
it's an
you want in the world. Get rid of every snake. I'm fine
I'm
with
not sure I know about the snake story. The python hunts I get, because those pythons ruin our habitat.
They're not indigenous to the
they're
state.
invasive,
First off.
exactly.
Very invasive. So you can understand that, but this is a completely different scenario altogether. And going into somebody's home, and while there's agents inside your home, you have no control of what's going on.
And you're being treated like a third world criminal because you've got a rescue farm.
A squirrel.
Yeah.
You got a fluffy squirrel.
Squirrel. A passenger on an airplane was taken down midair after attempting to open the emergency door on a flight from Brazil to Panama. According to witnesses, a flight attendant started screaming. Another tried to hold back the suspect, but couldn't because he was too strong. The incident took place 30 minutes before landing. Investigators say the passengers got up, rushed to the back of the plane. The passenger himself got up, rushed to the back of the plane with a plastic knife from his food tray. Then he attempted to take a flight attendant hostage as a way to force her to open the door. That's when other passengers got up and started punching the madman in an attempt to stop him.
And listen, after September 11th, people will not sit down if they see some kind of that. So that is good news to see that. It's sad that somebody had that.
Sounds like a Liam Neeson movie.
It does.
Well, I mean, if he wanted to really go, just kick him out mid-flight.
That's all you got to do. Knock him out. All together. It is.
Get off my plane.
It does say if we've done anything after 9/11, we all work together and we look beyond those sort of things and traveling's just crazy. It's like no normal flights almost anymore.
I don't understand it. Like, what's going on between the people who are boarding the plane and then is the altitude getting to them? Is it a combination of prescription medication and cocktails? I don't understand. Like, it just seems like it's completely out of control.
I think you just have to go there knowing that you're going to run into these obstacles, give yourself time, and I think people and then they also say, well, I paid for this, so they feel like privilege and that sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but to lose it and try and open the emergency door while you're holding a stewardess, flight attendant hostage with a plastic knife, that's next level.
There's obviously something beyond that mentally.
We need the flight attendants to start lifting weights. It should have taken that many people to get one dude
get one guy.
I'm sorry. That's what I'm mad about.
That's why we travel with James. That's why we take Sweet Baby with us.
There's a number of reasons why someone chooses a college, but for Gen Z, it's all about how it'll look on their social media feeds.
Of course.
Yeah, a recent survey revealed that 57% of Gen Zers want to become influencers, and a select few have actually been able to turn it into a full-time career that can actually pay their bills and tuition. Hot social media trends include decorating dorm rooms, sharing day in the life videos, and having fun on campus. Is there any learning going on?
No.
I don't know. The hashtag college life, Matt, quick,
I'm trying to start a thing.
The hashtag college life is staggering 2.3 million posts, more than 30 billion views.
Jeez.
Why bother with a campus tour when you can just go find out what it looks like on the socials is what they're thinking.
Well, then why bother going to college if you can just live out your college experience?
I got it right now. Look at that.
People come here for a show, not for social media. We got more Flash coming up.
Show within a show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson and Matt Doolittle. Our new Bright Side segment is all about shining light on some of the good that actually happens in the world. People, companies, even animals all do good. We just want to share that side of the news. It's the bright side. Woo-hoo. Here's our first story. In a stunning show of generosity, Tampa Bay Lightning owner Jeff Vinik announced in October that as he's starting to prepare to sell the team, he's actually going to share $20 million in farewell bonuses with his 300 employees. What does that mean? It means about $50,000 each. Wow. Now, known for his community spirit, Vinik has previously donated millions to Tampa Bay charities and community heroes. When he bought the team during the 2008 financial crisis, the franchise was struggling on and off the ice, but Vinik saw a chance to give back using the Lightning as a force for good. This year, his giving spirit actually was very evident again as the arena served as a collection hub for the hurricane relief donations, and Lightning Foundation pledged $2 million to support local recovery efforts. Way to go, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Go Bolts.
Isn't it great to see that? I mean, that's a lot of money, first off. And this guy's a billionaire, and he's realizing I became a success because of the people who made me part of the success here in Tampa Bay. And so he wanted to give back. I love hearing that.
Yeah, and he turned that franchise around.
Yeah.
So, you've got the Tampa Bay Lightning who've won the Stanley Cup a number of times, and not only, has the community benefited from just the acclaim of that, but now he's giving back to his employees.
Isn't that great?
Fantastic.
Isn't it crazy that a team from Florida wins the Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
It is weird. On ice, right.
And the Panthers, too. The Panthers just won.
Hey,
so there's
we
the
like
second
our
team.
sports here.
We do. Check this out. A remarkable Texan named Elise Ogletree has set a Guinness World Record for donating, all right, boys, be on your best behavior here, the most breast milk, nearly 700
Wow.
gallons.
Come on, guys, let's give it up.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. Yes, indeed.
Nor should you. Her journey started in 2010 after the birth of her son Kyle, when nurses noticed her overproduction and suggested donating to mothers in need. Since then, Ogletree has gone above and beyond, donating more than 400 gallons to the Mother's Milk Bank of North Texas and an additional 528 gallons to Tiny Treasures, helping feed roughly 350,000 premature babies. Wow. She credits her ability to donate to a healthy, nutrient-rich diet, and she's left milk bank staff in awe with her unique gift and generosity.
And we're in awe of her.
No kidding. 700 gallons.
That's hard.
That is, it's amazing. You can be able to do that.
Yeah,
All right.
right?
Yeah, we got that one. But, and it goes to show you, and I'm not making fun or whatever, if there's a way that you can give, no matter what it is, if there's a part of you that you can give, I mean, why not give it? A lot of times it's just time, but for her, it was something obviously different.
Yeah, that is proof that we all have our own superpower.
There you go.
Yeah, that's an absolute
Well
superpower.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, we got a hero dog.
All right.
An 18-month-old bloodhound with North Carolina's Gastonia Police Department has captured the 2024 Hero Dog Award top prize for his life-saving work tracking missing persons and solving crimes. Bo and his partner, Sergeant David Rowland, used his powerful nose to find lost children, elderly dementia patients, and even crime suspects. His heroic achievements include tracking down a missing elderly patient on a freezy January night and rescuing a 7-year-old child held at knife point. That's That's a thing.
Yeah.
The pooch competed against hundreds of canines from across the U.S. in the 14th annual contest. They recognized America's standout dogs in 5 categories: therapy dogs, service and guide dogs, military dogs, law enforcement and first responder dogs, and shelter dogs. So good on Bo, man.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
What a beautiful bloodhound.
Very nice. All right, well, now we go from making some great stories to some of the stories that are just on the loose. It is time for Mitch, Please. All right, listen, there is no doubt that AI is changing so much of our daily lives. Mainly, we're using it to do just, lame, tedious tasks that really none of us want to do. Well, this includes, apparently, arguing. All right, I'm going to tell you the story.
Okay.
A 25-year-old guy, he went to Reddit. He wanted to find out some advice because his girlfriend constantly uses ChatGPT to actually win arguments.
Oh.
He said that she'll pause the fight. So they'll be fighting. They'll go, hold on. Then she goes into the other room, asks ChatGPT all about it, puts on all the details, comes back with a very well-constructed, robust argument that, quote, breaking down everything that he said or even did. Now, he doesn't think it's actually a fair way to fight, so he asked her to stop doing it, but she ran that through ChatGPT. ChatGPT came back and says, well, he's just insecure. So, you know what we all say about that. Mitch, please! Experts actually say that simply presenting facts or logically constructing arguments might not change someone's mind, especially when personal or emotional investment is high. But winning an argument doesn't actually require the right information. It means empathy and just active listening as well. And also the ability to adapt to changing dynamics of a conversation. I got that information from an expert. Your thoughts about this? Good idea to use ChatGPT to be able to, win an argument, especially when it comes to there's a lot of emotion involved?
No, because that's cheating. I'm sorry, but you cannot use ChatGPT to win an argument. In my opinion.
When I'm in an argument with my wife, I already just go, you win. That's the easiest way
bet.
to go. You know what? Because chances are she's probably right.
That's the art of the surrender.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Because I'm kind of a dum-dum, so.
You're not.
I think if you're in there and that where you want to give it out, you're say, all right, you won, whatever. Just know you're not allowed to bring it back up again. If you surrender, that's it. You cannot use that against them. It's because this is the opportunity to resolve something. And I actually think it's not a bad idea completely, but also keeping the emotion that's involved in it as well. Because I think men think logically, women think emotionally. Nothing wrong with either. But if me as a guy can start thinking emotionally, I can maybe better understand what she might be thinking.
And vice versa. If we can start thinking a little more logically, then maybe we won't bring up the same point 20 years later.
Very good. ChatGPT might be up to something. We got more Flash after this. And welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time for us to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters is the action thriller Absolution. It stars Liam Neeson and Yolanda Ross.
I've been having these headaches.
Have you sustained concussions over the course of your life?
You could say that. Just tell me what I need to get better.
There is no treatment. Do you have anyone?
An aging gangster battling a brain disorder attempts to reconnect with his children and rectify the mistakes of his past. But the criminal underworld won't let him go. I chatted with actress Yolanda Ross.
We're used to seeing Liam in a certain way. He goes that way, but I think it will be, something for them to take in a different way. It'll hit them in a different way. Dealing with him at a different age, dealing with him trying to get back with his family, these things. I just think it'll make people reflect in a way.
Absolution promises a white-knuckle ride for the audience, but the script quickly becomes lost and unfocused. Again, it's in selected theaters and gets a D. It's rated R. Also in selected theaters is the animated adventure Hit Pig.
Activate propulsion boosters.
Activated.
And pump up the rock and roll.
Well. No more cages for me.
The Leapin' Lord wanted a cute little elephant for his show. I've been locked in a cage ever since, until you rescued me. Now I've never felt more free. All thanks to you.
In the film, a bounty hunter pig finds himself trekking the globe with a free-spirited elephant he intended to capture. I chatted with Lily Singh, who voices Pickles the elephant.
You know, I don't think anyone truly knows the roller coaster that is this movie until they see it. I don't think this is a story that they've seen before. I don't think they're gonna know what's gonna happen. It's really, really unique. Yeah. That's what I was, it's very unique. The animation style, the soundtrack. What I think they'll take away is, what I'm hoping, is pure joy. I think they'll be surprised how much they laugh out loud, how cool and refreshing it is, and how unique it is.
Hit Pig is a vibrant and wonderfully animated story about the power of friendship and trust. Catch this one on a big screen. Again, Hit Pig is in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated PG. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you there, Tony. Well, your daily digit today, your first one today is 3. That's in 3 million for a Batmobile. Now, when it comes to crime-fighting gadgets, Batman's got it all. Grappling guns, batarangs, who doesn't love that word? And, of course, the crown jewel, the Batmobile, the Rumbler from the Christopher Nolan movies. This thing is the ultimate ride, low to the ground, fast as lightning, and corners like it's glued to the road. And now, thanks to Warner Brothers, you can actually own one. Yes, they've created a fully functional limited edition Batmobile, and it's yours for the small sum of $3 million. So if you've got Bruce Wayne level cash lying around, why not upgrade your commute? Just don't expect it to come with Alfred. Wife? Yep. No, I'm not allowed to buy one. That's what she just said. Alrighty, and Wizard of Oz fans, hold on to your hats because a pair of the legendary ruby slippers from the 1939 classic is up for auction. Heritage Auction is hosting the sale through December 7th, and it's expected to get a soaring $1 million. It's probably going to go past that, including the buyer's premium. These iconic slippers gifted to Dorothy by Glinda the Good Witch to keep her safe and get her home are a piece of Hollywood magic. So if you've got a little extra cash laying around, why not grab these piece of Hollywood magic? They got those at Universal Studios too. So, all right, your next digit today is 5. And that's right, folks. We got Stranger Things coming up, and that is going to be the Netflix Prime jewel. Netflix has announced that the highly anticipated 5th and final season of the hit series will arrive in 2025, marking the end of an era revealed on Stranger Things Day, the anniversary of Will Byers' 1983 disappearance. The announcement also teased the episode titles, giving fans a taste of what's to come. Season 5 promises 8 episodes with the titles like The Crawl and The Right Side Up, a fitting bookend to the series that started with The Upside Down. The new series jumps forward to fall 1987, where the Hawkins crew, joined by familiar faces like Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, and David Wilber, will face their ultimate showdown with Vecna. A teaser clip hints that the one final adventure awaits them, and I can't wait for it. And I think Millie Bobby Brown's just ready to be done with this and move on to her next all her fashion brands and everything else. So it's going to be an epic conclusion, guys.
Also, I think all the kids are like, 50, 60 years old now?
Yeah, anyway, they're all in their 20s. They're married. They got mortgages. They're like, all right, can we be done with this? And the one kid's got a mustache now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but interesting to see how that plays into it. Maybe they might be into the 90s by now. Who knows? Thanks so much there, Matt. Hey, we still got more Flash coming up. We're talking to Kate Pearson of the B-52s. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Daily Flash.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
Love having you along. Yeah. We just went through an election. We're getting a new president for his second term here, and we talk about presidents. John Tyler. We've heard of John Tyler, right?
From Duran Duran?
Not different Tylers, not the Tyler brothers. That's Taylor, I think you're thinking of. But John Tyler was our 10th president of the United States.
Really?
Yes, John Tyler was. He was one-termer from 1841 to 1845. He died in 1862. Okay, long time ago. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
He has a grandson who just turned 96 years old last week. Can you believe that?
No.
So John Tyler's, his name is Harrison Rufin Tyler. His grandfather.
That's a name. Right? That is a name.
Yeah. His grandfather was John Tyler, the 10th president of the United States. So it's nice to see that. 96 years old. So a grandson's still sitting around.
Is there like a special club, like a presidential family club or dinner club that they all get to go to and discuss, their heritage?
The Illuminati.
Yeah.
At least
why did
they go to Camp David and Illuminati?
You should get like a card, a holiday card or something from the president if you're still alive.
That's an elite club.
Right? If you think about it.
Yeah.
And then, 96, he's old, but even still, just say that I don't doubt if he had any memories of his grandfather. Maybe he did, because
maybe he still has towels or sheets from the.
That would be bad. You had to pass.
I want to know
I
where
still
the
have the towel
tunnels are.
set.
Back in my day.
Back in my day.
Marilyn Monroe.
You spoke of an election. I think a lot of people right before the election were paying close attention to the Peanut the Squirrel story. And some even said, that might have driven a lot of people to the polls out of anger. The fallout from the death of Peanut the Squirrel continues to this day.
Wow.
As we talk about this story now, Peanut's owner, Fierce's pet squirrel, was decapitated after he was taken from his home. Mark Longo and his wife run a 350-acre animal sanctuary called Peanut's Freedom Farm in upstate New York. Mark rescued Peanut 7 years ago after his mother, the squirrel's mother, was hit and killed by a car. The couple trained Peanut and posted about life with their furry friend on social media. The squirrel became an internet sensation, had more than 3 million followers. Last month, the Department of Environmental Conservation, the DEC in New York, showed up in response to an anonymous phone call. Word has it, a neighbor was upset over a Trump Vance sign in their front yard and complained about the Longo's rescue farm. During the raid, the couple was forced to stand outside their home for about 5 hours while agents from the DEC turned the farm upside down before leaving with Peanut and Fred the raccoon. Peanut and Fred were removed, later euthanized by the DEC, who claimed they had to test both of them for rabies. Experts say decapitation is standard when it comes to testing animals for rabies. The Longos have lawyered up and plan to file a lawsuit.
And they are obviously they're a rescue farm, right?
Yeah.
350 acres. That's huge, first off. And what's sad about this is that when police officers when the government, maybe even the DEC, when they have maybe an injured animal, whatever, or it needs to be rehabbed, they take them to places like this.
Yes.
So now you're going against this place that has 350 acres altogether, and you specifically came out with 2 that just happened to be like social media sensations. You see, don't you?
Yes.
That's kind of weird that they honed in on just those 2.
Right, out of this entire farm.
That they do, there's 350 acres. Right. So you tell it, there's something don't look right, man.
So I'm guessing what they thought, like, nobody will care about the squirrel or the raccoon. Let's take those. Well, if you had done a quick social media search, you might have found out that the squirrel and the raccoon were integral to the farm's success.
Exactly. And worth a lot of money.
And
with making that, looks like this is he did sponsor stuff or whatever.
Like a trained squirrel.
It was a trained squirrel, folks.
I think this got a lot of people upset because they thought, if these government agents can storm into this family's home and do this to them and take these pets out of their home, at what point will they cross the line with other people? And I think that really got a lot of people concerned.
Can I say something about squirrels? Have you ever seen a baby squirrel?
Oh, yes.
You have?
Yes.
I've never seen a baby squirrel.
Oh, you haven't?
No, have you seen them out like in wild?
Well, no, not in the wild.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, that's fair. No, not in the wild.
I don't know. Hey, we're talking, we're doing On the Scene with Doreen. She's talking to Kate Pearson of the B-52s coming up.
Yes, and must-watch movies. Oh, Canada. Richard Gere is in this one. Yeah, this looks like a pretty interesting movie. What set of boots? Yeah.
We will find out. We got everything from A to Z that you need right here on Daily Flash. Don't you go nowhere, anybody.
Peanut and Fred.
Peanut, we love you, baby.
Hey guys, this week on The Scene with Doreen, I got to sit down with one of the most incredible redhead bombshells of all time, singer-songwriter Kate Pearson of the B-52s. She has a new album out, and I am excited to dig in. Check it out. So you and your friends are at a Georgia bar, 1975, you're chatting over drinks, and poof, the B-52s are born.
The band got together, we jammed one night over a flaming volcano, and we didn't have money for food, so we just had the 5 straws. Actually, we had 6 straws because our friend Owen Scott joined us. And then we went to his house to jam. We went to the basement and jammed and came up with this song called Killer Bees. And then we just knew we were a band then, and it kind of set the whole template for how we write together by jamming.
The name of the B-52s was actually conceived in a dream by band member Keith Strickland.
Keith Strickland thought of that. He had an idea of these women with beehive hairdos playing organs, and someone whispered in his dream, "Who's that band?" And a voice answered, "The B-52s." So he suggested that name, and we just thought, wow, it's original, and it's also supposed to be. It was a slang term for beehive hairdos in the South, or at least among our group. It's kind of like a nose cone, and so that stuck.
Fun fact, your tune, Rock Lobster, inspired John Lennon to get back into the studio after a long hiatus to write what would become his final album. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. I mean, of course, we didn't know it till later when we read the interview. We heard there was an interview in Playboy. He was in a club, and he heard the Cindy's part at the end of Rock Lobster, which is totally Yoko Ono inspired, because we all love Yoko Ono. He heard that and he knew, he said, grab the guitar. We're going to, our time has come back again, because people get you now. People get us now.
Happy anniversary. Love Shack was released 35 years ago in 1989. Now, I heard that was the last song to be recorded on the album, and it almost didn't make it on.
It almost didn't make it because it didn't really have that chorus. A lot of our songs, since we write by jamming, we'd have all these great parts, and we put the parts together like a collage. And, that part happened once, the Love Shack, and then the Love Shack. That was the chorus, and I said, I think we should have that more than once. And Don Was also heard that. He said, "Oh yeah, that's the chorus. We have to put that in."
Right.
And it just came together then, because before it was just wasn't, gelling. It wasn't right. And Keith Strickland was like, "I know there's something missing," and I just knew what it was. So once we put that in there, bam! It just seemed like, wow, this could be a hit.
Congratulations on the new album, Radio and Rainbows. I really loved Evil Love. Was it fun kind of breaking out of the mold and playing the darker, more evil character?
Oh, yes. I collaborated with Blue Macaulay, who's an amazing songwriter, and he's an artist, a solo artist as well. And I came in with this idea of a forgiveness, a song about forgiveness, and it wound up being Evil Love, and that's the power of collaboration.
Get the new album, Radio and Rainbows, and also check out her live tour dates at katepearson.com.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been really fun. I really enjoyed talking to you.
And if you want to hear more of our wonderful conversation, visit right here. I'm Doreen Taylor with The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A beauty expert is sharing the hottest new treatments that will help you look and feel your best. Here's Julianne Trin with more. Hi, Julianne.
Thank you for having me on your show. I'm Julianne Trin, and I'm the founder of The Good Beauty. I'm also a nurse practitioner. I've been in aesthetics for 20 years, and I'm trusted to know what's just a TikTok trend and what's a product worth trying. I love recommending Daxxify to my patients. Daxxify offers fast results, with some patients seeing as early as the next day and typically within 2 days for most. My patients love that it's long-lasting and it keeps the frown line smoother. And some people now only come in as few as 2 treatments a year, which is very convenient for their busy schedules. The power is in the peptides, which is completely unique to Daxxify. Daxifier improves the appearance of skin texture after treatment, smoothing even the deepest lines. Another hot treatment we have is dynamic fillers. My patients and I really love the RHA collection. These are the first and only FDA-approved fillers for dynamic wrinkles, folds, lips, and lipstick lines. What's great about the RHA line of hyaluronic acid fillers is they are designed to adapt to facial movements and to closely resemble the natural hyaluronic acid that we already have in our skin for a flawless look. The best part, results last up to 15 months in wrinkles and folds and 1 year in lips and lipstick lines. And we work with you to create a treatment approach tailored to your aesthetic goals and needs. We use our scientific expertise with an artistic eye to give every patient a beautiful, natural enhancement. While temperatures are hot, these treatments are hotter. Visit our website at lookatbeauty.com to schedule a consultation with me or one of our expert injectors.
No doubt that everyone deserves to feel safe and protected in their homes. However, some communities are actually at more risk at deadly home fires. Now, one brand is on a mission to protect every home. Here's their story.
Parents find it hard to imagine that they'll ever experience a fire in their home. In fact, 40% of people believe they're more likely to win the lottery or get struck by lightning. However, more than 1,000 people have died in house fires across North America this year, including children, and this is cause for alarm. Kidde, North America's #1 fire safety brand, has launched the Living Jingle as part of their Cause for Alarm campaign. It's an emotional plea and call to action directly from the voices of children who've been impacted by house fires. The children featured in the film have also detailed their deeply personal house fire survival stories in short videos. The Living Jingle and house fire survivor stories are a reminder that house fires can happen to anyone, and they're available to watch on Kidde's YouTube channel. This is the third year of Kidde's Cause for Alarm campaign, which supports vulnerable communities who are at higher risk of fire-related incidents. Through partnerships with organizations such as National Parent-Teacher Association, Cause for Alarm helps address gaps in education and access to fire safety measures by providing resources and life-saving devices. This year, until the end of November, buying a Kidde alarm will prompt a $1 contribution for alarm donations up to $1 million in total retail value to communities in need. Now let's talk about fire safety. According to the NFPA, 3 out of 5 home fire deaths occur in properties without working smoke alarms. As such, it's important to check your batteries and test your smoke alarms at home to ensure they're in working order, and discuss with your children about what to do when they hear beeps that last. Visit causefораlarm.org to find activities for families, including a toolkit of worksheets, a children's book, a kid-friendly podcast, and more.
Are you in a bad mood? Well, your vehicle might be the perfect pick-me-up.
In a bad mood behind the wheel of your car? Well, Genesis has a solution. If you don't already know, Genesis is a somewhat new luxury automaker. For example, this is the Genesis GV80, a remarkably attractive luxury SUV. But Genesis has another way to enhance your mood. It's called Mood Curator. Several Genesis vehicles have this feature. Here's how it works. From the home screen, drivers can opt for different mood profiles. Each mood profile has a specific interior lighting profile, on-screen graphics, music, seat massager, and scents. But don't worry, any of those features can be turned off one at a time, and the scents can be replaced should they run out.
Well, the holiday shopping list, it is front and center. The toy industry's premier player, Elizabeth Warner, she joins us with the hottest and coolest musts for the season.
Let's jump right in with our Lego Duplo Peppa Pig birthday house. Now our kids can party with Peppa Pig, Pedro Pony, and Susie Sheep in their iconic home from their favorite show. Watch them build this from the ground up, working on fine motor skills, social skills, and using their imagination as they explore all the fun rooms in this really beautiful two-sided playhouse. Now, Lego Group wants us all to grab our Lego bricks, build hearts, share them with #BuildToGive, and they will donate a Lego Lego set to every child in need. Now we've got Zuzu Pets coming back. 15 years ago, they were the #1 toy worldwide. This is the Zuzu Aquarium. Fun, whimsical pets without the mess. These fish are funny, unpredictable, and don't need water. Watch them swim and play in their set and all of their fun accessories, and just wait until you hear their cute little voices. Now, these Rainbow High Winter Wonderland Collection beautiful dolls come to life in the Rainbow High show. They inspire colorful, creative confidence in our kids. Now they can actually add water to the snow inside of the dolls' outfits, and a bold, gorgeous transformation will occur. They'll puff up and change color. Our kids are going to act out all their favorite scenes and make up some of their own. Stunning fashions, hair for miles, and even comes with a little dough to create their own snowman. Now, when it comes to reading and storytelling, I've got a couple of great options for our little ones. Tony's Audiobooks and Tony Box. This sparks imagination, a love of reading and storytelling with screen-free audio system for our kids. They simply place a Tony's audiobook on top and the listening experience begins. Now our kids can listen to their favorite stories, including best-selling chapter books like Captain Underpants or Questionnaires. They're going to hear their favorite characters come to life. And yes, each set comes with multiple books, 4 to 9 hours worth of content. Now, when it comes to our little ones in reading, the Booksy Dome figures are going to be a huge hit. Each of these figures includes a tiny 40-page, fully illustrated storybook filled with great kid-related life lessons featuring Paw Patrol, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the brand new Monster Tales characters and stories. They all encourage interactive play with the fun characters, but also a love of reading as we sit down with them and read these amazing books. They're going to want to collect them all and uncover all of the fun, captivating stories and personalities of these characters. Now, for more information on all of these great items, head to our website, which is wernerinfo.com.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It is time now for our must-watch movies. A famed documentary filmmaker gives a final interview to one of his former students, which turns out to be a tell-all about his life. Richard Gere and Uma Thurman star in this new big-screen drama called Oh, Canada.
I forget why I agreed to do this. Tell me why I agreed to do this.
This documentary will record your progress from your arrival in Canada as a draft refugee through your career as a filmmaker.
Where's my wife?
I'm here, Leo.
I want to tell everything, for the record.
I know most of the stuff anyway.
You don't know any of it.
Okay, let's begin. Lights, please.
Leonard 5, December 22, 2023.
The story begins the night of March 30th, 1968, Richmond, Virginia. Through my wind. I can hear him.
You're her. She'll be a girl.
Out the wind. Ben tells me you're going north tomorrow. Out the light.
I was on my way to decide my future. I never returned to Virginia.
Yes and oh.
I met Amy in a bar in St. Petersburg. Then I met Amanda. By the time I was 22,
Up among this empty hand.
I'd already been married, fathered a child, gotten divorced. I had ruined my life.
I'm waiting for everything to just kind of fall into place.
He's mixing things together. Memories, films, fantasies, other people's stories.
You're talking about me like I'm not in the room. I can hear you. Come on, let's just keep going. Can we do that?
You're confused.
Stay away from me.
Soft around your feet.
You were a hero. You stood against war.
As you turn to ask.
Stop. That's enough. Stop this now.
Is it long, my love, until we rest?
When you have no future,
It's in.
all you have left is your past.
All right. Seems heavy, but
Yes.
old Canada. Check it out.
Old
Richard
Canada.
Gere. That does it for our show. Thank you so much for spending your time with us, at least.
Yes, we appreciate it. For more information on any of today's stories, make sure you check out our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you.